Hello, good morning, guys. My name is Muhammad Asim Akram. Welcome back to the channel Cloud Asim. In this session, we will see how to configure DeepSeek R version on Windows and how we are going to integrate with front-end UI, which is application, right? Open Web UI, which will provide you the interface for the front end, so you can access and you can have the GUI access of DeepSeek or any another LLM model, right? So in this session, what's our agenda is to configure. First, what we require, we need to configure Olama on our Windows machine. Then we will be configuring using Olama to configure DeepSeek on our Windows operating system. Then it will be CLI, right? Inline interface. So we required of user friendly, right? That is GUI access. So in this case, we are going to take open source application that is Open Web UI interface, and we will going to configure on Windows, right? So this process will be completely followed each step. So please watch this video till the end so that you can have hands-on experience and deploy your LLM model on your local machine, that is your Windows operating system, right? So now the point is that what is DeepSeek, right? So if you check it over here, DeepSeek R1 is live. As I mentioned, it's open source and it's a competitor to ChatGPT 4o model, which is costing you approximately, which is $20 to $200 based on the models which they are providing. Now, DeepSeek provided us the open source. You can take the code and you can train your model using DeepSeek's R1 model as well. So it's provided open source code and you can build on DeepSeek your own LLM models, right? So in all the aspects, DeepSeek has built in ChatGPT, Gemini AI, LLMA, Twin, right? Claude, all these models, right? It's one of the competitive model. So based on this, this is trending in the market, which impacted the elimination of GPU from LLM model dependency, right? So let's go and we will configure first Olama on our local machine. Go back over here. Now you'll be finding that how we are going to configure. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Just we will click it over here. You have to come to the Olama, right? Olama.com and click on the download. Then it will provide you the operating system where you can install this Olama operating system, right? So in our case, what we'll do, we will click on the Windows. Then it's saying that you required Windows 10 or later version. So I have Windows 11. I'll click on this Windows. So it will start downloading one exe executable file on our Windows machine. So if you check it, the machine size, the application size is 745 MB, right? So this will take some time to install. So usually based on the internet speed, right? You have to wait 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So you guys, if you're not aware of my channel, please you can go and check it out, Asim Cloud Asim on the YouTube channel, where you will be finding all the related videos related to AI, DevOps, cloud optimizations, AWS Cloud, where you can find all the DevOps series. You can find even AWS and DevOps Zero to Hero series, and you can find Jenkins Master Course. We have Zero to Hero Docker series. We have Terraform series. We have Kubernetes, and we have Jenkins as well. Okay, where you can find all this you will be finding over here. So this will be helpful, and please don't forget to share, subscribe, and share with your friends so they can have hands-on all with all this application without any charges or any dependency as well, right? So everything will be guided from initial setup zero to the scratch, right? So this all you will be covered in my videos. So let's go back over here and we will see how much time is taking now. 2 minutes left. Okay, if I check it over here, it's showing that the file executable file has been downloaded. So if I open the file over here, right? So it will start installation of Olama setup on my Windows machine, right? So we will follow the simple procedure, whatever we require. Let's get up to you and running the own large language models. I'll click it on install. So it will install all the dependencies of this Olama on my machine, right? So it will take time. We have to be patient over here. जाने जाने दा देखा आया के जैसे So now successfully we have executed this files and we have installed Olalama on our machine. So what we will do it quickly as that this is Olalama is a CLI, right? So what we will do, we will use command prompt to access this and we will read out that one, right? So simply what I will do it, I will open the command prompt. I will run as administrator, right? Afterwards, it will ask me prompt over here. Then it will ask me to write, let me zoom over here so that it is visible for you everyone guys. So just I'm printing over Olalama -1 version. So it's stating me that the version is installed, that version is 0.567. So one prerequisite to install DeepSeek is completed. The second one, I will go back over here. Then what I will do it, I will go back over here. Then the second step, what I required, 1 second, let me go back. DeepSeek. Now what we need to install DeepSeek model on our Windows machine. So I'll click it over here, DeepSeek R1, right? So I'll click on this one. So it's saying that, okay, fine, you have this models, type of model, which model do you want to configure, right? So in this case, what I will do, I will select 7B and I will hit enter, right? So it's given me one command which I want to execute on the machine. So I'll copy over here, right? And I will go to the terminal and I will paste the command over here. I will have it enter. So what happened? It started manifesting and pulling all the dependency and configure on my laptop machine, right? So just wait for the few seconds. You will be finding that DeepSeek is being configured on my machine, right? So just wait for that. So DeepSeek dependencies had been installed successfully on our machine, right? That is Windows machine. Now what we will do, we are going for the last step where we are going to configure OpenWeb UI, right? And we are going to configure on our machine, it is Windows, and we are going to integrate our DeepSeek, which is configured on our laptop, and to access this model through UI, right? So in this case, what we can do it, we will go to the simple to the document, and the link we will be following up. The simple is that if you want to configure this OpenWeb UI on your laptop, there is a dependency of Docker to be installed on your laptop, right? For that, if you don't know how to install Docker Desktop, if you have not configured on your local machine, you can follow my tutorial where I have tutorial. I'll be sharing the link over there also in the description where you can follow and install Docker Desktop on your machine, okay? So just we are proceeding with this because we have a Docker. I have opened the Docker Desktop. If I check it over here on my machine, I'm finding that there is no Docker image available, no containers are available, nothing is available on my machine, right? So simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize, and it's stating Docker engine is all is running, right? So what I'm going to do it, I'm going to follow the document which is available over here, right? So the document what you say, you should, if you want Docker UV installation, just go and copy the paste over the command over here, and I'll be copying over here, and I'll be opening the terminal, right? We'll be opening the terminal, and let me clear this and make it zoom so that you can see it, and I'll be pasting this command, okay? So basically the command, let me explain that, is we are creating a Docker container out of the Docker image. So I have shown you this, I don't have the image, right? So this image is available where within the Docker Hub provided by OpenWeb UI, and that is open source, that means it's public. Okay, so what will Docker will do, it will search this image in my laptop within a local machine. If it doesn't found, then it will go to the Docker Hub and it will search the same image. Okay, if the image is available in the Docker Hub and it's public, if it is public, then it's available, right? They will search for that, then it will fetch the Docker image into my local environment, that is my laptop. Then it will create a Docker container out of this Docker image. Okay, so if I hit enter, the same flow will be proceed. So let's see this. See, it's saying they're unable to find this image locally. That means the Docker does not find the image on my machine. Okay, so what is running? It's pulling the image from this repository that is available in Docker Hub. That means that is open source, right? That they have kept it as public image. So it started fetching that image, right? So it's saying, see, pulling the image from this is this, right? So it's downloading that image. The image is already downloaded and it's going 341 MB, right? 8866 MB. So it's saying the steps are required. So we'll wait for this. It's almost, I believe that there is a image out of 1 plus GB. Okay. So let's see how much GB the image is available, and it will create a Docker container out of this image. Okay. So it will simplify our installation and deployment of our open web UI interface. Okay. The image was downloaded completely. Now what we'll do, it will execute, create a Docker container out of it, right? So simply what I'm going to do it, I'm going to go and fetch Docker Hub, right? So here we're going to find multiple options, right? First is the Docker image, right? With the image which we have fetched from Docker Hub, right? Using the command. Then there is a volumes. Currently we have not set up any volumes, right? The build, there's where you can find the build, active builds, and the build history. If you check the container over here, as we have spin up a new container, right? So the new container is there. The container name is OpenWeb UI, and it has container ID over here, and the image name is OpenWeb UI, right? It has used OpenWeb image to create a container out of our Docker image, right? Then it's saying that the port map, what we have done, we have mapped our internal port 80802 to port 3000, right? So what we are going to do it first, we're going to click on this so that it should open that HTTP with the HTTP protocol localhost 3000, right? Because it's running on my machine, right? That is localhost. So if I click it over here, so what will happen? It will open one browser, default browser, and it will start your application over here, right? So let's see. Yes, the application has been started. That is OpenWeb UI for our DeepSeek R1 model, right? So it will take few seconds to just go on. It's asking the unlock mystery wherever you are. Just click get started. I'm clicking over here and I'll be giving as my name, right? Mohammad Asim. Then I can give it as Asim at gmail.com, right? Then I'll give you one prompt. It can be any one. Fine. Then I'll say that create one account, right? So it's asking me, I will save it. Okay, no problem. So it's saying that, what's new open web UI, right? It's given something, some features has been added, like multiple tool call support for native function mode, right? And then afterward they have fixed background text complex completion restored. There are some fix with this new release. We'll be proceeding, just clicking on the let's go, right? So now if you check it over here, you'll be finding the model which we have installed on our local machine, right? So how do we validate that? If I go on the terminator, on my terminal, right? And if I click Olama and hyphen list over here, right? So it will list me whatever the model we have configured. Olama hyphen list. Just a second. Olama list, right? Yes, fine. I need to this dash. So it's saying that it's already configured. We have installed one version, that is DeepSeek R1, right? So this is been fetched from where? From the UI. So if I open over here, I'm finding this one. So simply I'll ask is just I will write it. What we will ask, explain, right? We'll give some prompt, right? We'll give them some prompt. Explain Docker architecture, right? Uh, Architecture, and I will hit enter, right? So it will start training, right? This is a train model. So before proceeding, it will think, right? And what answer to be responded, right? So just we'll wait for a few seconds, then we'll find this answer from the suggestions, right?